Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the NLC. We're closing out our final day with Lightside versus Domino. What
Oh,
do we
you
make
saved
of
a
these
good
teams?
one.
Last one.
Oh, I mean, our producer was in our ears the moment we came out and went to that break and said, if this goes longer than 25 minutes, he'll be surprised. Not even that, as just a pundit watching the stream. Both these teams have extremely fast things, and I want to take us back to last week because for Domino, it went from bad to worse. They got put against one really top team, one of the lower teams. Both of them went catastrophically awful. I would argue in pick and ban phase as well as on the Rift, but if the team would probably say no off bat, pick and ban phase was fine, wasn't great. But if you look over on the other side for our other team, 1 and 1 week, not an awful week. Like you take those ones. It's a neutral one. So this is gonna be an interesting
A
battle.
bloodbath. That's what I want. I love a good bloodbath. I'm hoping the teams, pick stuff but kind of leans into that as well.
5
Yeah, I
kills,
think
3
we've had,
minutes
we've
in.
had, you know, we've had a couple of passive games. Even though the games have been fairly fast paced, the last two have felt relatively passive. I think
Yeah.
it's fair to say. Um, Maybe we'll see that Corky come out. I really don't understand the TF ban. I'll speak to people tomorrow about that and try and get a bit more of a read on why the Div 2 players seem to put so much emphasis on the TF. Maybe it's like you're saying, it's just the gold card, it's just the global, it's just the ability to change the state of the map. Laning phase is terrible, but like TF is still TF. Gold carding in onto like a bot lane, onto an AD carry. I mean, you kind of just force cleanse onto someone realistically by picking their champion. So, you know, hopefully we don't get a Riven. Hopefully we don't get another Riven because that was a champ. It didn't land.
Choices. That's the only word for it. It was a choice. They decided, they went for it, and didn't work out. Bless them.
It
But
was
they
a
still got the
choice, but it was
victory.
the wrong one.
But they got the W, so it doesn't
Yeah.
matter, right? Maybe it was the big brain play all along. Make Riven, they'll put resources into it, and then we can win around the rest of the map. For this match, though, I don't think we'll be seeing a Riven, thankfully for us. I'm really hopeful for one champion to actually make it through the pick and ban phase, and I'm not going to say Poppy. It's going to be a different Yordle. I
Corky.
want Veigar. I want
Oh,
someone to actually allow a Veigar through.
Veigar to slow the game down though, because he wants some time. He wants like
25
he wants
minutes.
like
Yeah, we're
two
not going to
items
get there.
and then he just goes full tank.
Yeah.
That's what we've been seeing from Vegas
Yeah.
recently. But you are right. He's super powerful right now. There's a reason he's been banned 100% today so far. It's the zone control. I think we see things like, Zeri and champions like that. They're oh so strong. Thank you, Lightside, for banning the Riven. We didn't want that anymore. We were done with it. The Twisted Fate gets banned on red side. These teams are still super, super high priority on the Twisted Fate. It's 100% ban rate today. Same with the Corky, unless it gets open in this game. Actually, no,
Corky didn't get picked or banned in the last game. That was the crazy thing.
Yeah, it did sneak through. I mean, it's weird that, like, they prioritize the TF, but then when the Corky's open, they're like, nah, don't want it.
Nah, we'll take Orianna Tryndamere. That's what we'll do. All right. But as we've come out, Karma and Gwen have been banned out. Zeri's still open. Imagining it's going to be Domino is forced to do that one. Lightside, what are you going to go for? There's so many champions still open because you decide to ban a Riven. I'm going to go... No, I wasn't going to be there. Fine, though.
I'm not sure.
Ban.
Yeah, because you can't first pick Jinx. We've learned this.
No.
Don't first pick Jinx. But blue side can pick the Jinx. Because if you get, like, a Jinx fresh rotation, that's a really solid rotation. So,
I mean,
I actually don't mind the Jinx. That fresh ban, I do mind. It's strong, but you left Zeri open.
Yeah.
Veigar, though, could be the answer here for Domino. You hit on that, and I actually think Veigar is the perfect pick here for the side of Domino. Go like Veigar, Xin Zhao or something. Get yourself like a really nice like jungle mid duo. That's a really solid rotation for Domino.
Yeah, the other option is you go for that Camille Galio kind of angle, which is also another option. But both ways, honestly, I'm perfectly open. Domino, what's the direction? You let this Zeri through. You chose to let them through. You're going to go for the response of a Senna. Okay, so this means farming. This is going to be fasting Senna. So what are they going to be pairing it with? My personal favorite is a set. I actually am not into the Tahm Kench anymore. I love sets. We're getting a Xin Zhao to be paired up for that jungle, a champion you actually picked for Domino. So they still got the options open with that Veigar, so we'll have to see if they do it. Lightside, what do you think they're going to go for, though, Hitbrain?
I mean, Lulu, Yumi's open. Oh my god, Yumi's open.
Yeah.
Yumi Zeri is actually just so big here. Go Yumi, get yourself a nice jungler who can make sure that this bot lane's not going to get absolutely smacked around. Like a Lee Sin or something.
Yeah.
I think Yumi Lee is huge. Volley Bear is something we've been
It's
seeing
fine.
a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
It's flexible.
You can still put Yumi on him and he's very good. You get the
Yeah.
zoomies, you just get a bear running at you at Mark 10.
I actually think Yumi's so big brain. I mean, this is hype, and Nymura will do a backflip
my
wherever he is if this gets
I'll
picked,
also get
but-
judged hard on my color casting, but I'll do it for my boy Nymera.
No, don't do it.
Boo.
I
got
am
hopeful.
genuinely surprised if they don't lock in some kind of support here.
Yeah.
I think this mid pick blind is like, oh, they went for the Ari
Well,
blind. That is confident.
I
All right,
mean,
we'll
we'll come
break
back to
that down in a second.
Yeah.
We'll also talk about, where the support pick will probably go in a second as well. Let's turn our eyes towards Domino, because you were hitting on this is potentially a fasting center, or most likely a fasting center. So there's the
No.
option for it to be, oh, that's not set. That's the Tom Kench.
And I'm not a fan of Tom Kench since the rework for Senna. I think it's perfectly fine, by the way, but I'm not a fan of it. And that Yumi gets immediately banned because they didn't pick it. And I do agree
Ari
with you.
wouldn't have got banned. I'm
No.
sorry, I'm interrupting, but Ari just wouldn't have got banned.
Yes, you
Pick the Yumi, get the Ari later. Not sure about this one, because you can just go Lulu ban here as well as Domino, and you suddenly just take away two amazing
Sona's
support
still
scenarios.
open, and Sona's fantastic with these current champions. You've already got
True.
frontline, and with Ari charming as well as with Volibear, and a top lane is still open because Volibear can go top or jungle. There's still options for them. I gotta go back onto this Tom Kench as well.
Go.
Why are we playing Tom Kench when we've got two separate champions who are more than happy to just go, okay, we'll just play front to back. Like they are perfectly happy with front to back. Tom Kench does not offer this anymore. He's far more of this weird engage. But regardless, we're back onto Red 3, and that's not getting happening. So we got Silas also getting banned out. Lulu and Yumi, as you already suggested, will be obvious bans here, but there's still more enchanters out there. And hilariously, another enchanter actually got banned with that Zillion.
Yeah, that was, I mean, I guess you don't really want Zillion, Zeri bot lane. That's going to be really rough. Not the Veigar, but the Victor does get picked up. It does still supply a level of zone control. You've got, obviously, the lasers. You've got the gravity field. Zeri needs space and room to breathe. I really hope that's just a hover. I don't think it's going to be picked up as support.
Has to be.
But I'm trying to think what they could
like
go.
this.
Rakan's actually all right, because Rakan kind of negates some of that range difference, because he can jump in really far ahead, buy time for you to get close and start bursting, jumping around, giving you the shields. I actually think that's kind of a nice pickup here. And what I'm seeing from Lightside is that is just a we jump in as a unit. All four of those champions can go forward. What is
But they
open?
also
The
have
Camille
fantastic-
is open. If you want to just go for like Camille topside and a volley in the jungle, that's 5 champions that just launch forward. Tarnkench can eat 1 person. Whoever doesn't get eaten gets jumped on. This also does jump in, and it's kind of flexible because you never know. Tom could technically go top. I know he got Gus top.
Renekton,
But yeah, I think Renekton's probably the pick.
Renekton. Oh my god, and I am so versed, my dude, into the Renekton-Gnar matchup. I am so averse to it that I'm so used to Gnar. I've casted Gnar for a season when no other region was playing it. So I am well averse for this. I don't want Domino to do Renekton though. I don't even know what you pick outside of Camille.
Oh, GP!
Playing.
Of course. GP's like a soft counter. Yeah, I forget about that.
Okay, it's okay. The thing is, it's not great against the Zeri. So you're kind of getting like a you've got a decent matchup into the Gnar. You don't fold also instantly to the Volibear if he comes in for a gank because you have oranges. The issue is when you come to team fighting, Zeri wants elongated team fights.
Yeah.
Gangplank doesn't. By the way, he has his ult, he has his barrels, and then that's kind of most of what you do.
Yeah.
Zeri is happy to play this for ages, especially with the Rakan as well, who can help give that extra healing and everything. Ari is all about elongated fights at the moment, so I still favor Lightquest, but I like the idea from Domino.
Well, I also feel like Ari's a little bursty because she jumps in, blows
she's
someone up, and then
absolutely.
gets the reset and jumps back out. So it's like she finds that pick in a team fight and then is done. So
But we've got-
she's, I guess, fairly similar to GP in that sense. Obviously, doesn't have the big AoE ultimate.
Has
But
a reset.
the lane we haven't really hit on too much is this
No.
bot side.
Yeah.
Senna versus Zeri. I really like this Senna pickup actually because we
Mm.
were hitting on the main weakness of Zeri is she's very short range, but you get yourself a Senna, one of the longest range support slash AD carries in the game, or at least in that lane. That's going to be a really hard lane to play for the Zeri. You know, her damage is a little dependent on her getting that Triforce into the Titanic. The Triforce
Yes.
is a massive spike. Titanic is kind of like when she really comes online.
You can just
But
have the
those,
Tiamat
while
and
you're
be
waiting for
fine.
those two items, Senator is going to bully hard. Tom Kench is going to bully hard. And it's going to be super hard to punish that lane because you got the Grey Health, you got the Gobble, you got all those things to work around. So it's, I mean, actually, Gobbles are now because they changed it, didn't they?
Yeah,
But
you're good.
yeah, it's, you know, it's a very hard lane to punish either way.
I think it's going to come down to these junglers. I'll be completely honest with you, mate. I
Yeah.
don't know if outside of these junglers, if there's realistically a way that the Zeri wins pre-6. Like, I think you're bang on the money with the Senna. I would have loved a set because I think if you can set old Zeri away from her own support of Rakan or force the Rakan to come in, this just kind of plays far more. Because then if you have a Xin Zhao coming out of like the brush, what do? You just kind of shrug your shoulders and go, we got baited and outsmarted. Bugger. Let's figure out and frantically have to do it, whereas Senna just gets to Q and auto and Q and auto this
Yep.
whole time, and you're just in an awful spot.
And I mean, the worst thing as well is the changes to Senna now where she slows you with her Q. She doesn't need Glacial Augment anymore. The Q just slows.
Yeah, and with
So
footwork as well, she's just going to be so fast.
she's going to be speedy, you're going to be slowy, and it's going to be a sad time. I like this. I actually really like this Senna pick. I think it's very big brain. We'll see how it goes down in execution, though, because, you know, it's one thing to kind of theorize that it's good, another thing to actually make that work.
I want to point out Fatty P when electrocute. Okay? That is screaming 1v1 kill potential. So it's going to be interesting to watch how this Ari plays out. And oh my god, an Ari game to end me out? Really? This is what the team wants to do to me. All right, let's get ready for this one. Mara, this one goes out to you, mate. Even though I think you're podcasting right now, so don't worry about it, mate. I might be free for the time being. Oh, a fan. Open fan. Junglers didn't get any deep wards out, just defensive wards have been placed. So it seems like we're actually going to get a kosher game where no one's going to actually be too aggressive. Important though, first ward's going down. Volibear didn't put his ward out. It was the it was the Rakan who's now back to go get it. So Torch probably expecting to be able to get an effective reset. And actually probably early ward as well, whereas Xin Zhao decided to go for it, which is very normal. Xin Zhao normally plays that ward and goes for the reset.
Absolutely. Now, keep our eyes on the kind of the start and how this game's going to go, because you can see from the jungler's positioning, one jungler is clearing down, one jungler is clearing up. See how that actually impacts the lanes. I think more towards the top side, how the lane's going to be set up. Chris didn't actually get the soul there, so just got the Q off. Something to kind of lightly keep in mind there.
Well, there's healing so far, and the issue is when you've got a Tom Kench that needs to go up, he's going to have to just keep going up and auto-attacking, because this Zeri can farm with a wave. And the effective is normally, Senna can normally beat Zeri in this kind of scenario, because, oh, well, just one of them outlanes the other. That's another reason why Caitlyn is so popular at this moment in time. If you don't get that opportunity, though, because your support's the one that's farming, not quite as good in my eyes.
Yeah, I get that. That's fair. You do obviously have the infinite scaling on Senna. I think also, you know, Caitlyn will always fall into the same problems where she has that power trough at some point in the game. I think things like Gale Force do slightly alleviate that, but I'm going to have to hold this because Fatty P finds the charm and it's first blood in the mid lane. I have to see exactly what happened for that.
Well, I definitely think Electrocute with Ignite, and it was the burst damage that comes through. I mean, you've got to also look at where this jungler pathed. He went complete red clear. That red buff also coming out. It's now forced out the Vic to teleport back, which means Fatty P is going to get an effective reset.
Oh, now they're looking to jump with the rift. He's already used the orange, and the Tangerine ain't going to save him today. Zvene finds the kill just like that.
Oh, no.
Victor has set up his team for success. 2 successful ganks back-to-back. 3 minutes in, 2 kills for Lightside.
Yeah, and while this bot lane is kind of going how we expected it to go, it was going to be Zeri's going to be struggling to do. Torch is going to hopefully be able to heal up as best as possible. And so far, they've actually done a really good job. And we're like, oh, okay, this is interesting. This Volibear cleared his whole red side, went up and ganked mid, just ran over a ward, I believe. Ran over a ward in their top side of Domino's red side, just pathed up, just went in, ganked, rippled. got another kill, and now just resets and does his blue buff. Like, the timings for Xin Zhao now to try and figure out where this Volibear is going to be on the map is just almost impossible to track. Like, where would he be outside of, okay, he's doing his blue side, but you have no idea on where he's going to be doing it, because unless you know exactly how his red side clear happened, it's going to be so hard to figure out.
Shaolin takes a charm and takes a full combo as well in the mid lane. Getting heavily chunked out by Fatty P. Been a masterclass on this Ari, to be honest. A lot of work with that champ. I'm going to get a replay of the mid lane gank.
Ooh,
We did kind
okay.
of miss the setup for this one.
I think there's going to be a flash. Has to be.
I assume it's just flash charm. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, ignite as well.
Fatty P
Yeah.
didn't flash, but...
Oh, Fatty P probably didn't need to actually ignite there, now I consider. Oh, he didn't go over a ward. Oh, I really thought the GP ward was already there. Oh, well, this is just cookie cutter as anything else.
It literally runs from one lane to the other. The orange was too early by Ripped. If he timed that slightly better, he actually would have got out of that. That's what's really sad about that.
Well, I think the
And
awkward
this
spot
is a good
is...
matchup for the GP, actually, as well. Which makes
It absolutely is. But I think the awkward spot for the GP there, if I may just... The issue is, he was getting Meganar. If Meganar gets another 2 auto attacks, Ripple just might die anyway. So
Yeah,
if it's
true.
just a huge aggressive trade because Meganar is about to jump off, Ripple might just be like, oh, it's fine. But if he doesn't, or if he, well, as he decided to orange there to try and prevent the extra auto or 2 from coming out, well, Mininar comes out and then can just auto attack anyway. So it was kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't if you're Rippled there. And I think what's far more important now is not having a flash on this GP just means for the next 2 minutes now, even though it's half done, there's going to be a vulnerability point, and this Volibear absolutely can pile up after this dragon's taken, I imagine, though.
Yeah, I'm assuming the attention will be towards that dragon first, like you're saying. Lightside are the team who are set up to go for that. You know, they got a very fed, well, not fed, but they got a pretty strong jungler right now.
Yes.
And I think, you know, Domino, they need time. They got this fasting center. They want some space before they can really get in the action. Oh, actually, Touch might have to be a little careful. Can just battle dance away to safety. Has the honey fruit to heal back up. And a bit slow on the dragon. They've obviously now got to reset up mid lane. So that wave's going to shove back in. And Signer got a pretty healthy shove here on the bot side. So they're making sure this crashes. And I'd like to see them rotate over and help the dragon. That's exactly what they're doing. Lovely. Textbook stuff.
I actually love that they spent that extra second or 2 to just make sure, as you mentioned, escort the wave in, make sure it crashes. You need to make sure it hits the turret first. You have to make sure, because if you don't, that could actually put you in a freeze spot. And against a Tahm Kench center in a freeze, oh god, it can just go so difficult to actually break that freeze, because Tahm Kench will gladly take all of the free poke. They're in a potential spot where a freeze could be happening, but look at it. The minions are set up so it won't happen. Fantastic. The wave is actually going to be pushing into them, and this is exactly what the Zeri wants. They can call for the Volibears soon. They know that they probably want to go topside anyway and might try and hit Ripple just as this flash does finish up. And Volibears hit 6, so now they have tower diving potential.
Ooh, Touch. Be a little careful. Take a little bit of damage. Not too much to be in any real danger. And I think this might be the latest Dragon number 1 we've seen all day. Normally we're like almost on Dragon number 2 by now. So a little bit of a slower start considering how aggressive this start was from Svictor. It's just going to pick up a couple of these chickens. Has the smite for the big one. And oh, it's a mismite. Svictor just didn't smite himself.
Oh. Huh.
That would have been his upgrade as well.
Yeah. He's still got his smite. You know why? It's because he wanted to go topside, but there's a ward there, so sadly he can't. So he'll just do a full. Oh, what happened, bot?
Wait. Oh, Chris.
Oh my.
Oh, hold on. This is getting a little nasty. Well, I mean, our producer promised us a bloodbath, and we are getting a bloodbath. I don't think we've actually seen a single kill set up, at least on screen so far. It's been...
They've just been happening at left, right, and center, and our poor producer / observer is getting ran around, I feel.
Well, it seems to happen out of nowhere.
Oh, that battle dance.
That'll do it.
And it explains why the Ignite got the kill as well.
Fatty P was already low on this fight. I think he just took a combo from Victor. Yep, there it is.
Ooh.
And that minion, that one melee minion with like 4 HP just stopped the charm from actually coming out. So Fatty P had no way to answer back.
That was the Protect the President minion.
Yeah, get behind me, Mr. President. Now we're seeing Sena got the half-bound axe and the sheen, so building towards that Trinity Force. Does need to finish it up though. That'll be the big spike here in this bot lane for them.
Yeah, but the fact is, this Gnar is actually ahead at the moment in a lane that they shouldn't be getting too far ahead of this early game because of that gank that happened at level 3. So because of that, that allows the whole team now to actually start playing far more, and they can actually unlock their laners. And look at this, IDP on this Ahri is already roaming.
Yep, Muluk going to move over, has the Spirit Rush available, but not actually going to be able to find anything from it, as thought maybe we were sniffing for a bit of action on the bottom side, but decided not to go for it.
Oh, but what they do have for the side of Lightside, they also have this Herald, right? They've literally secured every objective on the map. They've done invading. They are ahead in this game, definitively so at the moment. With already a 1k gold lead at 10 minutes in. It's not the biggest one, but with a Rift Herald sitting in your pocket, you know you're sitting on some extra gold. But there's a certain little Yordle who's out of position.
Oh, he has no Narbar either. Flashes the wall, able to survive. As Venin has to play way safer in lane.
Mm-hmm.
You can see, though, Victor on the bottom side of the map, maybe looking to set up something down here. Has got the ultimate. The Stormbringer able to turn this tower off, could really set this off. Able to clear, able to spot them out on the ward, though.
Oh, no.
As Fatty P walked over a pink as well. But this could just be a whole bunch of tower plates gifted over if Victor wants to do so. They've got a minute until the dragon, so they may just hold off a little longer, place it in the mid lane, get priority, and then translate that to a dragon. And a bit of good news for you, Master One. We're not getting another Mountain Soul. We're going to get something interested. We haven't had a Hex Tech yet today.
Oh, I mean, anything. Even a Cloud Soul would be nice. Like,
have we even had a Cloud Dragon today?
We had one. I think we had one of our earlier games, which actually no, it was our first game, which we didn't even get an opportunity for a soul because the game ended quickly.
Yes. Interestingly enough, actually, Cloud Soul's really good for Lightside's comp. Ahri is gonna love that. Rakan famously loves that. Zeri, she's quick enough as it is, but hell, why not get quicker? They genuinely really like the Cloud Soul. It's actually a really good one for this team.
Yeah, and I mean, the only champion that doesn't really get any benefit is the Gnar, but you just kind of take it. You just accept it. I mean, Gnar was meta when Cloud Soul was a genuine thing when you only rolled 4 dice. Well, you rolled a d4, we got the Cloud one. Damn it. Oh, well, our Gnar just doesn't really get the power. Hey, it's fine now, actually, for a Gnar. It used to be way worse. It was way worse when you used to be an Udyr, and it was like, well, I guess I go a little bit faster with my abilities now. You're just helpful for it. But look, we told him off. You're not allowed to play up in your lane. You're going to get ganked, mate. And
he has no wave to jump to. Oh, it's just about coming in. Sidon does land it, though. Tries to go in for the free talent strike. And Sidon actually getting turned onto. Zvene does a lot of damage. Yeah, Barrels placed down to keep him alive. Gonna have to pop the ultimate to survive. In comes the railgun from Chris. And,
oh my god, and a kill happened? What?
We have genuinely not seen a kill this game, by the way.
Our poor observer, something happens in one lane and then it's like, oh yeah, but it's a 3v1. It's probably just going to be a flash. Oh no, has everyone's got their flash? Fatty P hasn't got his ignite, so I imagine a charm just landed, mate. I think that's all that happened in mid.
I would assume a charm landed. The Spirit Rush is down. I think it was Spirit Rush, charm, full combo.
Yeah, and the volley bear just kind of steals it with a smite because that's on cooldown as well. I'm literally assuming all of that is.
Let's see how correct we are, because we're going to have a replay in a second.
Oh, even better, mate.
You have to break that down.
All right.
Spirit Rush, charm, yep.
Oh,
if he
it was
smites him here,
fun.
that's going to be the saddest thing. He did! He stole it with the smite. What a scumbag.
I mean, it's better than Rakan auto-attacking to steal it. But
True.
not much better.
True, I'll give you that.
But I mean, the Rakan there was very important. Touch coming in and making sure that the Victor had nowhere to escape to. Immediately getting knocked up and charmed on top of the charm that Ahri set up with Fatty P to begin it all. Fantastically done. And Lightside, just keep doing this. How you've been playing this game is flawless. Just keep doing this and the game is yours. Okay? Just keep doing this. Look at the push that they've had in top. Yeah, bot lane's been a bit more even, but we always said it was going to be until Zeri gets the Trinity Force anyway, so that's fine. And look at this, they're just brute forcing off this the top side now.
There's at least 2 plates guaranteed for Svene.
I think so, yeah.
Looking like they're rotating a couple of people towards the bot side here. Saina needs to be a little bit careful. The plates fall off, and Domino done a good job in this bot side. Yes, it's a fasting center, so it's quite hard to judge the power levels, and Chris is down a level on Saina, but they've been able to pick up a lot of plates here, so that's a lot of just effective gold over to Chris. If we have a quick toggle of the gold, we can kind of see a little bit of an idea of what we're looking at. So it's a 700 gold lead to Saina, but obviously Saina is farming while Chris isn't. So you're going to naturally have less gold if you're Chris. So I think, to be honest, this is pretty okay for bot lane on the side of Domino.
Yeah, but that's the issue. It's okay. I think they needed to be winning this lane, in all honesty, for it to actually be in a good spot for them, because Zeri is going to be enabled when she has her first item completed. Where when you look at Chris and you go, all right, get your Kraken Slayer. Cool. What do you do afterwards? And it's kind of like, after you get your first item for a fasting center, it normally takes you till like your level 13 or 14 to actually start getting your second item and for things to start coming through. Zeri has just completed Trinity Force. She is now well and truly online. Moment that she gets close to finishing her next item, she's going to be even more. Fatty P also getting first turret on this rift. Got all of the playthings
nice
as well.
If they can find this could be huge. The cannon barrage is down. Fatty P gets jumped onto. Has the spirit rush over the wall. Second one charge. Victor ults for health. Jumps out. The railgun does a lot of damage. And now Saina looks to join into the fight. They land the stun onto Den. Not going to be able to do too much more. But Saina firing out the damage. Here's the output. Here's the double kill. Saina jumps over the wall to safety. Trying to run away as Shaolin is chasing them down. But it is all Domino. Saina can't do too much, as that is going to be an absolute domination. Down they go like dominoes. Lightside are wiped.
And like that, they're able to come back with huge potential. They're probably going to be able to get a bunch, if not get this turret down and actually get a bit more gold in their pockets for that. Fantastically played by the side of Domino. Getting initiated on and actually then disengaging to then re-engage when they had a numbers advantage. Phenomenal work by that team, but it's going to be important as we come into this replay to really understand how it went so well, because it looks so good for Lightside at the very beginning of this. The issue is, look at this disengage. So much time is being spent where they're not getting anything done, and then the moment is they're outnumbered here. It is a 4v3 scenario, and yes, Zeri comes in and absolutely helps, but I mean, it's with borrowed time. Your health bars are already so low. All their members of their team are so low, and they're just going to have to try and do their best to escape, but even then, we know it doesn't go for them any well. And it's just a fantastic push and understanding where your break points are from the side of Domino. Push the aggression when you have it, pull back when you don't have it, but that's a volley bear that's very deep.
Oh, Shaolin, you are in a world of hurt. Victor's going to run him down. They find the knock-up. Gravity Fields can do a little bit of time, but that is not enough. Victor finds their third kill of the game. An easy pick-up onto the Victor.
Yeah, and that's Divine Sundra, baby, onto that Victor. Surprising amount of damage coming out from that volley bear. But I mean, this is the same surprising amount of damage that came from our Gnar in the top lane, where they were just auto-attacking the Xin Zhao. That's just Divine Sundra doing exactly as it should do. So, let's slow down a little bit. Oh, Lightside, you're getting the Cloud Drake. We're going to have a Cloud Soul. Wait, didn't we already talk about this, Hit Brain? How it's really good for one of these teams and less good for the other?
It's very good, actually, the Cloud Soul. I mean, Rakan is a champion who uses the Cloud Soul so well. He already gets enough movement speed. He's even quicker, even slippier. Ari, again, absolutely loves it. Dashing around. We were talking about the safety that you now get from getting your reset when you get the kill. You get that extra 4th charge on the Spirit Rush. Now the fact that you get more movement speed gives you even more safety, more survivability with that. Genuinely really nice stuff. Lightside are, even though they got wiped in that fight, they're still on it as far as the objective game goes. They're still on it as far as the gold goes. And now they're kicking up their second Rift Herald. They are in a position where Domino, yes, that was an amazing fight for them, but that was a situational fight. That wasn't a fight where Lightside were using everyone. They weren't completely in the right position. They were caught off guard. And now I'm starting to get a bit worried because, yes, they got one good fight, but Lightside, that did not deter them.
No, it didn't. And the fact is, one dragon off, it kind of turns Lightside into a make or break kind of scenario. Like, the soul is so breaking for the side of Domino. They will need to find 2 to 3 fights back to back that won them like they did in the jungle, where they have a number disadvantage into a number overwhelming advantage. They're going to need to find multiple of those because it's going to get to a place with this Cloud, so assuming Lightside get it, obviously, that there's no way to come back. They're just so fast. They just disengage so quickly. And what are you meant to do? Zeri has a speed buff. Rakan, as you've mentioned, adores this. Ari adores this. A Mark 5 Volibear, terrifying. I hate it. The only way it can get worse is if it's a horse, obviously. And then it's a Gnar. Well, fast Gnar is just a difficulty to deal with. It's gonna be difficult, but hey, look, they're already removing Domino's vision and going, hey, you're not gonna get another opportunity to do what you did that one time where it kind of worked for you. No more.
Here's the one thing right about the Cloud Soul.
All right,
at least it's not a Hex Tech.
I mean,
that's the one thing they can take from that. Svene have to flash out from the Chaos Storm as well.
If that's your silver lining, you're pulling at a lot of other things. I feel like the game's already a bit gone. And for Domino, they're only 3k down. Like, this game isn't over for them.
Yeah, you're completely right. You're absolutely right. But it just feels like the pressure on the map makes this feel way more
like
than
this,
a 3k
like
gold
pressure?
lead. And I don't think pressure really respects that because they're jumping in. Rip's going to use the cleanse. Touch can't really get too much more. Flash and cleanse used by Rip. And they might just be able to take this tower, although the rest of the team are coming in. The cannon barrages can clear out the wave, and now Touch is going to have to jump out. Looks like that's going to be all she wrote as far as this tower siege is going to go down. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Svene actually really getting hurt up by Shaolin here. A lot of damage coming out from this Victor. The Luden's doing a lot of work, and there's no magic resist on this Gnar. He's an armor Gnar. He's built to deal with the GP. So, side lane struggling for the side of Lightside.
Yeah, he's literally built to deal with the other 4 members of this team. Literally every other member on this team, this Gnar is absolutely ecstatic to get involved with. He's 1-0. He's got his Divine Sundra feeling. He can't be far off of also finishing his second item. Yeah, there you go. There's the Black Cleaver. Now with that Black Cleaver, he could actually probably do some damage onto this Victor. So he's probably actually okay with now the 1v1 happening again. But before that, yeah, you want it to be a bit more fair. That Lich Bane, as you already mentioned, was coming through. So Luden's, God, no, I messed up there. Ah, terrible. I'm awful. Cancel me.
I'm not sure because Luden's Shadow Flame is such a spike for the Victor.
It
and
is.
when you have no magic resist, the Cleavers, yeah, sure, you can return fire. But Shaolin's just going to be slowing him. I actually think that even now, he would rather be versus anybody than the Victor. That Victor's going to do so much work. And Shadow Flame is always a typical build for Victor. I think it's even better now when you look at the comp. You're looking at teams that obviously have quite a lot of shielding thanks to Touch, jumping in and out. You'll see these Sterics getting picked up at some point as well onto Victor and probably Svene. So it's even more useful. I actually really like this. I think it's going to be very effective.
Me too. I actually really like this. And the fact is, they just committed 4 members to mid.
Oh, Gnar's
try and find a push. Let's find anything.
And he's going in. There's the Gnar under multiple members. Fatty P chasing him forward. He's got the Spirit Rush. Looking for the charm. Able to find it. Touch has to jump out to safety. The Cannon Barrage comes down and Touch is out. A lot used in response by the side of Domino, but Lightside use a lot themselves. They find the knock-up, and Gnar is down. A shutdown for Ripped.
Yeah, and this is a huge victory because guess what's up in 20 seconds? It's that dragon. So let's be real, Lightside, if they're going to have to keep this fight going, they want to kind of have it on their territory where this Volibear gets to play frontline. But at this moment in time, Touch is really on the opposite side. Remember, multiple ults has been committed to this. Only Volibear ult is open for one of these teams. And the other side, there's not a lot for Domino either. So it's still all to play for. Teleport is out there for Gnar, in case this doesn't go down super quickly, but I imagine Lightside won't do this. What's going to happen?
Barrow's going to get used, takes a whole bunch of damage. The gravity field is big. It's over. It's done. Victor's out.
All right.
They attempted the potential steal. It wasn't the end of the world because, again, they didn't hard commit for it. They kind of let Victor do his thing. If he goes down, he goes down. The team aren't going to completely int in behind him. And he was able to get out. The zoning was too effective. And that was a perfect fight for Domino.
It was. It was.
Buys them a little bit more time, a little bit more space. We're actually seeing the Hurricane as the second item for Sena. So not going to be the Titanic Hydra, which we've been seeing typically a little bit more often.
Which is interesting because I like rushing the Hurricane after you've got a tier man. I feel like you need at least that first item, that half item spike to really make it good. We're coming back into this replay, and the reason this goes so bad is, yeah, get the Mega Gnar stun, but no one's there to actually, like, kind of capitalize on the fact that you got a Mega Gnar stun, and then afterwards you're kind of immediately playing 2v1 because guess what? Zeri wasn't able to get into the super back line. Volibear was after everybody. Like, this was a really uncoordinated team fight from the side of Lightside, wherein Domino just capitalized absolutely upon it. They played exactly like they did in their jungle. Disengage until we can re-engage with numbers.
And the interesting thing is as well is, you know, we were saying that Lightside in Champ Select, that whole thing is just jumping in forward, but they all just jumped away. No one went in, and you're like, they can follow that. And then they all ran away because it wasn't the optimal targets to get Nard. And that fight could have been way hairier. Nice little barrel chain there to steal away the blue buff from Ripped. But this is just port time. I think that's the key thing here. Gold is only 800, so it's really unimpactful. Zaina has to pop the ultimate to get some movement speed. As Touch jumps in, the railgun comes down, and now Touch is getting slowed and cooked by the Chaos Storm. A battle dance to safety, but now Zaina getting chunks means mid lane tier 1's going to go down. Zvene's about to gnar out, but there's no way anyone can back up. Although, there is an Ahri on the flank. There is potential here. Can Fatty P find that good charm? If it's onto someone like Chris, it could be huge, but they're not going to go for it. They're going to call it. They're going to back off.
Yeah, and now with Rakan ult down and Zeri ult down, like, unless you find one of these great targets, as you already mentioned with the charm, it's just not worth it to commit so much into, like, a hopeful opportunity. At this moment in time, let them have the time. You don't need to fight them for another 2 minutes. You still can win very easily through this Cloud Drake. The issue is for Lightside, they had a nice, comfortable 1.5 to 2k lead at one point. They have let that slip through their fingers. However, parity state or 500 gold for one of these teams isn't really a defining factor. It all comes out to item breakpoints, and also if these two teams are able to effectively do their team fight. Lightside, we haven't actually seen them have an effective team fight yet. Domino, they've had 2 of those. I said they need to have 3 in total for me to really come on board with their idea. 1 more and I might become a believer and start leading their sermons.
Well, they actually found a beautiful charm, and Sidon is going to fall. Fatty P able to get the kill. Gets that final Spirit Rush to get over the wall as well. Actually has another one.
And it was known in the first day that Domino would be good, but in the second day, Fatty P with his fat charms would deny them any form of victory.
Oh, hold on.
Oh my.
Land the charm. That's big. That might just be Den losing his life. Trying to jump away. Able to do so. Nice little barrel onto Touch, but wasn't able to find the crit. Shaolin just going to zone him over. He's able to leap over with a grand entrance or grand escape in that sense.
I'll be completely honest with you, mate. I would have expected Gnar to have teleported around and for them to have brute forced this Baron, because without Xin Zhao, I mean, Domino have no right to actually come in and fight at a 4v5 when there's an advantage. I think, personally, Gnar should have just brute forced as fast as they could this wave in bot side and teleported over and just gone, we're going to take this Baron.
I mean, I completely agree, because if you look on the right-hand side of the screen, look at the ult economy right now. No GP ult, no Victor ult. Yes, you got the center ult, but, like, they're the 2 big ones in a Baron pit that can really mess you up. So losing those 2 and then your jungler, that was Lightside's dragon to take. Now, did they have a dragon? Did they have the damage to do it fairly quick? Ahri's not particularly the fastest Baron taker. Zaina, it's the Hurricane build, so I don't know if it's enough damage. Maybe that was the call, was we don't do this quick enough. And I can maybe understand that.
Yeah, I can see that. That is reasoning to be. You've also got some like, what are your supports? Oh my!
That's just greedy positioning.
And this is now around another
could be a
Cloud
dragon
Drake.
again.
Yeah.
Twice in a row they've done this.
Zaina hasn't gone back.
See if they can deny them. Shaolin looking onto Zvictor. Zvictor's going to flash into his face. They need to find the charm. They're unable to do so. Zvictor's going to lose his life. Zaina looks to chase, but Shaolin's got the damage. Meanwhile, this fight is getting real messy by the dragon. Fatty P sliding out, but he's shut down as the flash will secure the kill. Sidon will fall to Touch. They find the knockup, but Zaina doesn't have the backup. Zvene needs to be careful for these barrels. Zaina's going to try and come in and pop them. He's looking for the 1v1 versus Rip. Pops the ultimate, and he's going to chase in for the slow. The calibrage is there.
Oh, he almost got it.
Finish this one up, but the shield is huge. Shaolin just needs one big laser beam to close out this fight for the side of Lightside. And Domino are very low themselves. The slows from the boomerang are big, and 3 members of Peace stand blinking health bars on both sides.
Yeah, and I like this from Domino. They know they really can't fight this and take this dragon, even though they'd love to, because if they do, and there happen to be 1 or 2 members of Lightside, oh my god, this is still going. This team fight never stopped. I'm apologizing. I came in expecting they wouldn't, and this might get really awkward again.
Oh, Touch, you have to be so careful. The shields are negated so hard. Shaolin, if they can find the
There's
damage
it.
onto him, it's big. Touch is forced to flash. Vene coming in forward, about to get that Gnar back. Here
Oh.
comes Victor into the pit, looking to secure the Baron. Watch for the smiley, secured. Soul over to the last side of Lightside. Vene gets slowed for the team, and he's out of there. Lightside, that was a long trawl of a fight, but they do get it. Question is now are Lightside in the position to contest this Baron? If Domino decide to go for it. I don't think they will, though. The health bars are just a little bit too low.
Yeah, and also if you look on that other side where we said Lightside aren't going to be super quick at doing it, well, neither are Domino, to be honest, when it comes to bursting down a Baron. They haven't really got that one character that really good at doing it outside of maybe the Xin Zhao. So, coming back into this team fight, this is just split up everything, like 3v5 at this moment in time. Touch is so far up. However, they get Naro into oh god, no.
No, a breakdown.
No.
It's fine. It happens to the best of us, mate.
Touch
did it
came in with
yesterday.
this Rakan ultimate. There we go, Rakan.
There you go.
We comboed Rakano into Mega Naro, which allowed them to actually have any form of staying power in this fight. Also, that orange coming through saved Gangplank and prevented this whole fight from honestly being like a 3v2, where you kind of look at it and go, well, Victor and Tom Kench facing off against a Zeri or a Khan and a Gnar, you always go with the 3. Like, you just have to. The fact is, they're able to get this fight. A Volibear that died at the very beginning is able to come back, secure this dragon, and then rotate back around and ult out. Just secure it. That's fine. We just figure it out. But what a game this has been. This has definitely not been the 25-minute stomp that we were expecting one of these teams to have. This has been a 30-minute banger.
This has been. We really thought it was going to be a stomp, but it's been probably the slowest paced game as far as kills, but there's still been a lot of action.
Oh, yeah.
Baron not decided to happen. They decided don't quite have the damage. Again, I just think Seina's build doesn't really provide them enough damage, and it's an Ari. It's not the fastest take. They want to find this big team fight. They want to find this opportunity. Seina is starting to come online, though.
Yeah.
Offering a fair amount of wave clear with that Tiamat and with the Hurricane.
Well, side lane pressure is going to be a thing, but these two teams don't really have super mega side lane carries outside a Rippled for Domino. Like, this Gangplank would gladly play the side lane. I'm actually surprised he's kind of being pulled to play with the rest of the team at this moment in time.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Fatty P on the flank. This could be the big moment. Remember, they've got that soul, so they're so quick when these fights break out. Here it goes, the quickness in, the Narin, everything is there, instant burst. Chris is out of the fight, and it's just a pile drive into Domino's face. This is the fight they have been waiting for all game long. Triple kill over to Fatty P. It's a complete whitewash for the side of Lightside.
What a performance from Fatty P, and honestly, all of the members of Lightside. I will ask the question, why didn't we decide to pull the trigger like once or twice before as a full 5-man and try and do that earlier? But it doesn't matter for my question there, because what a performance from Lightside. They deleted Chris before even his screen could go grey. That's how quick he died, and now they're going to brute force this one.
I think they got it. They're not respawning in time. They've got the wave. They've got the damage. Lightside, we said it was a bit of a slower game, but they came alive when it counted. Chris was popped, and he's going to be popped again. Not into the Nexus. 32 minutes on the clock, and Lightside take the win.
It was on a knife's edge, multiple moments there, Hip Brain, but the team of Lightside were able to find that 5-man engage with some sneaky Rakan ults, and they were able to pull it out the bag. What a performance from this team, really.
Genuinely an absolutely amazing performance. I'd love to talk about it more, but I think what we'll do is we're going to throw to a break, and when we're back, we'll have the interview standing by so we can talk about it with one of the members of Lightside. We'll see you in a second.